in space. Has Kasija waiting in the middle if he can get it to him. Yes! Trimboli, Kasija, they have it between them. I think it's Kasija's. I think it was across the line. Well, he deserves it after what happened just a couple of moments ago. And the South Melbourne crowd have gone berserk as one gets past Dean Anastasiades.
The derby itself.
Lozanowski, Clarkson. Well, it's come back to Kovney. That was a little lucky. Lozanowski! Yes! It wasn't too tiny, but it's 2-2. Well, Lozanowski is posing real problems for the Carlton defence in the first 20 minutes. 4 goals in 21 minutes. Unbelievable. Ready to look for a third. Lozanowski. Yes! What a goal from Goran Lozanowski! Ange Postecoglou out of his chair, as well he might be. A brilliant strike. Free was right there. Bresciano, Lipsansky, sides to have a go, and it's in! Lipsansky! That really just took a cruelest of bounces right in front of Michael Petkovic. And we've got goal number 6.
And not surprisingly, the way this game's gone, took a nice little favourable skip over the goalkeeper. A good square ball after some great initial work from Bresciano. Laid across. Lubo, he scored a lot of goals from that distance. Hits it sweetly, but look at that.
Arico withstands the shirt pull from Beza, but not the tackle from Iosifidis. Kovney's on. Kovney still. Yes! What a game. 4-3, South Melbourne. As Dean Anastasiades is beaten for a 4th time, but the quality of the finish is there right on half-time. Ground. John Anastasiades loses his footing. Savinsky clears out of there. Bresciano again. Goal! Vlahos! Off the post, 4-all.
South Melbourne won through to second spot by beating New Boys Northern Spirit 2-0.
To Kasija. What a volley. Sure, there was no goalkeeper at home, but didn't he hit that sweetly? Henderson came, couldn't clear it, and South Melbourne punish. Kasija gets his 5th goal of the season.
And then on to Brisbane, and a 1-0 victory put them on top of the table for the first time in the season.
Yeah. It's lived up to expectations.
Oh yeah, as a purist, you must be happy with that first 45 minutes. The football that's been played, the movement off the ball, they're trying to work each other out. There's been a little bit of bite in tackles.
Oh, Trimboli, brilliant! Brilliant, South Melbourne! Set up man, Trimboli, Kovney! Jags the go-ahead goal. His career 48th. Didn't have to do much but glance it wide of the keeper, and South Melbourne lead by a goal to 0.
Well, usually you go and celebrate with the guy who put the ball away, but that man on your picture was the man who made it all happen. Alan Davidson's key player, Paul Trimboli, right foot, what a turn.
Round 21 saw a 2-1 victory over Marconi, and South Melbourne went to a 7-point lead.
Marconi bench him, let it go. Great header, Trimboli gets the top. So South Melbourne lead it by 1. Incisive and clinical was South Melbourne from the corner.
It was a great drive across. I think it was Bartsu flicked it across, and Trimboli actually an easy goal for him, player of his calibre.
So Paul Trimboli gets his 96th career goal for South Melbourne, and they lead by 1. Here it is again. Glancing header was brilliant. And Trimboli, money for jam for the little master.
Great strike in by Steve Panopoulos too.
Oh,
Stuff like that.
One of the top 3 captains in the league for my money, Brad Maloney. He's inspirational when he's on song. Off the outside is where Trimboli, no, Coveney rather. It doesn't matter.
What a fantastic ball.
Inspired.
South Melbourne, Coveney is a good player in the air.
Followed by a draw in round 22 over Sydney Olympic, with Jimmy Tsakinis' first goal for the club, a vital equaliser, extending South Melbourne's run as leaders for 11 consecutive weeks.
Well, they've had one shot and they've scored a goal, South Melbourne. Jimmy Tsakinis, this was the intent, this wasn't a fluke. He knew exactly what he was doing here, and even the player on the line, Norman Tomei, couldn't do anything about it. That was a sweet, sweet strike from Tsakinis.
Well, by my watch, we're into stoppage time. A bouncer for Damien Murray. He's through the gap, Parisi. Lipperotti did well to read the run. Peeling off his fence. Oh. Wow.
And a 1-0 loss to Northern Spirit followed.
I would suggest Balokovic on the left boot tries his luck. It's been missed by Petkovic, and the Spirit take the lead. Krasimir Marusic.
Before South Melbourne had to face a determined Perth Glory for a top-of-the-table clash on a Wednesday night in front of 12,000 fans. South Melbourne triumphed 2-1. On to round 28, and the 2 breakaway leaders would meet in a game to determine the season's minor premiers. South went into the game only 3 points clear of Sydney United, requiring a win or a draw to secure first place. South's last game of the season was a win over the Canberra Cosmos, but Sydney United whipped the Adelaide Sharks 3-1 and had the minor premiership wrapped up. South had led the competition for 18 consecutive weeks, only to be surpassed in the final round, and the loss of the minor premiership was a setback to the players. The great South Melbourne fighting spirit came through with 2 tough semi-finals against Sydney United. It finished at 2-1 at Bob Janes Stadium and 0-0 at Adenza Park.
Kasija! Oh, Trimboli and Kasija. That was magic. A stupendous goal for the champions in the shadows of half-time.
Forward from Coveney.
Lozanowski doesn't muck about. Coveney! Oh, he soared. And he conquered. Postecoglou flashes a smile. 2-0. And Vaughan Coveney gets number 14. He's the club's leading scorer.
And it was the third of the big man, Coveney, that you mentioned. Got on the end of it. Too many red shirts standing and waiting. Delivery from Lozanowski was brilliant. And so was the finish from the big Kiwi. Up there where the Spiders live, or very close to it. And the crowd do the rest. 2-0. They'll be hard now.
Well, Vaughan Coveney scored here in the 1-0 win they had in the early round. Every time they try and string something together, the touches aren't there. Just look a little rusty, which is a funny time to be looking rusty. Day. halfway through the second half. Burns. Plesher. Oh, beauty!
There's nothing rusty about that, Steve.
Oh, Richard Plesher. Second goal of the season, and it has rocketed in. No need to pass it around his teammates there.
South Melbourne was through to their second consecutive grand final.
Yes, it's the grand final of season 98-99. It will decide the outcome of the Ericsson Cup. South Melbourne there taking the team photograph, the traditional team shot before the match. They know what it's all about to win grand finals. 100% record for South Melbourne over the years. Played 3, won 3 in grand finals. And of course they are the defending champions. It's a different story, of course, for today's opponents, Sydney United. The Pumas have never won the national title, twice before. And they had a fabulous match last week in the preliminary final. As the corner comes over, and it's gone in. Great header there at the back post. And it's Mile Sturjovski who puts Sydney United in front. 7 minutes gone. The most lethal finisher in the club does the business. Great start that for Sydney United. Sturjovski was left. Long throw from Flaxis. Away by Steve Berry. There is the half-time whistle from Simon Mikulev. So the first half of the Ericsson Cup Grand Final ends on an ill-tempered note. Did you see that as a handball on the line there?
Oh, definitely. With Bennett, yeah. Bit unlucky. They got out of jail there, I thought.
We'll just stay with the play for a moment as Lozanovski puts it into the middle. And away comes Steve Berry. Can't get past Lozanovski. Good work here by Lozanovski. He's winding it up, still going. And that's going to be another corner to South Melbourne. In comes a corner, and it's gone in. South Melbourne have equalised. Paul Trimboli. Well, Sydney United scored from a corner in the first half. South Melbourne have done it in the second. What a time for the captain to come to the fore. And what a game we now have on our hands. The equaliser coming after 52 minutes. Noski looking to whip this one into the middle. South Melbourne, in fact, want to make the change before the free kick is taken. And it's going to be an early mark from Michael Kasija. And on comes the very popular John Anastasiadis. Listen to the crowd reaction to the introduction of Anastasiadis. He did score a goal in last season's grand final. Lozanovski flicked on by Coveney. Great save, Gibson. I don't believe it. Anastasiadis with his first touch has put South Melbourne in front. You couldn't have scripted that better. John Anastasiadis onto the field for 5 seconds if you're lucky. Gutierrez. Smart play. Hurdles the challenge of Vrikic. Clarkson still full of running. Gutierrez. The ball in unmarked is Anastasiadis! That is the championship. John Anastasiadis, the super sub, strikes again. They know they've done it, the South Melbourne players. What an impact from an impact player. 2 goals since coming off the bench. Barrett. Chance here for Griffiths. Townsend. And Danny Townsend has scored. Sydney United back to within a goal.
Yep.
Bennett. Got to drive it into the box. Out comes Petkovic. Much to the relief of South Melbourne. There's the whistle. South Melbourne are back-to-back champions of Australia. A precious moment for the South Melbourne players and their coach, Ange Postecoglou. It's an achievement which deserves the highest praise. They were here 12 months ago to win the title against Carlton. They have returned to Olympic Park to do it again.